Hello, I'm Dr. Shell. This video is going to introduce you to the structure of the course so that you know what to expect throughout the semester. You've all experienced your own childhoods and may have watched other people's children grow as well. And my hope is that by the end of this course, you'll be able to see and interpret these experiences through a scientific lens. I also hope you'll be able to learn to use the scientific approach to evaluate information about child development and psychology in general. Now, this is a synchronous class, so we will meet via Zoom on Tuesdays and Thursdays for the first week of class to review the syllabus together. But I want to make sure that everyone has a record of what to expect. So I'm also doing this video. In general, what we're going to do is we'll cover one topic per week that answers questions like what drives child development and how do we learn about it. For each topic, we'll read a chapter in the textbook and you'll watch any additional videos or articles on Moodle. Then we'll have a live session on Tuesdays to discuss the material and do a few activities. Then you'll have an assignment that needs to be posted on Padlet by the start of class on Thursdays. And then at Thursdays during our class time after the first week. So the first week we will meet on Thursdays, but after the first week, on Thursdays, you'll participate in a synchronous Padlet discussion forum and don't actually need to get on Zoom. So I'm going to show you what our Moodle page looks like. All right, so this is our Moodle page. And it's organized by week, but the first section will cover all of the basics that you need throughout the course. So you'll want to go back and check with this frequently. I've got my contact information. If you have questions, in addition to emailing me, you can also use this question and answer forum. I encourage you to ask questions and answer questions here, and I'll give you extra credit for participating either by asking or answering. After that, I've got everything organized by week, and we'll cover one topic per week. It's going to be really important that you review our syllabus carefully, which is back up here at the top. I'd also encourage you to print it out and save it. I've got this schedule posted at the end of the syllabus, so it's going to be a very important document. This is what it looks like. I've got my contact information up here. Email is the best way to contact me, and I'll respond to emails during the week within 24 hours. Be aware that I don't respond to emails on weekends or outside of business hours, so please make sure to look at all of the assignments and start doing the work ahead of time so that you have time to contact me if you have questions. I also have office hours via Zoom, and I'm willing to meet outside of those if those times don't work for you. Our syllabus also has a course description and course goals. We have a textbook that is essential to presenting a lot of the content, although there are also additional readings and short 2 to 3 minute videos that will be posted on Moodle. And these will be examples of what the book is discussing. The latest edition of the book came out last year, but it's fine for you to use older edition. This class is entirely online, so it's very important that you have access to the internet, and you'll also need to use your iPad or some other device to connect. Note that I recommend using an internet browser and not the Moodle app to connect to the course because the app has a number of accessibility issues. I've also got information about connecting to me via email and Zoom. You'll need to use Zoom for our class discussion, so that's going to be important. And I'll also send reminders using the Remind app, so we'll use that. You'll also need to create a free Padlet account using your first and your last name so that I can identify you. Most of your assignments will be submitted on Padlet, so you need to be submitting it using the name on your records. And I've got step-by-step instructions here of how to do that. Okay, so remember that in a face-to-face class, you'd spend approximately 3 hours per week in class, plus at least 1 hour out of class for each in class doing reading, assignments, and prep work. So the same is expected in an online class, which means you should plan to spend at least 6 hours per week on this course, but that of course includes our synchronous sessions. There are 3 big things that you can do to help keep up. First, stay on top of the material, read the textbook, review the PowerPoints and other materials, and do those things early and often. Next, participate in the class meetings. So just as you would in a face-to-face class, you're expected to come to our Zoom classroom prepared, which means having read the material. And during class, you're expected to engage professionally and productively with me and your classmates. And finally, ask questions. You can ask me questions early, or you can use the help forum. In terms of course evaluation, 10% of your grade is class participation. So we'll set some Zoom guidelines in our first session, but generally participation can come in the form of verbal participation, either with or without a camera, although I do encourage cameras if it's possible, or the chat window. You'll also need to read the chapter before coming to class, so your preparedness also goes into that class participation grade. Next, 25% of your grade will be class assignments. That should be B, most of which will be posted on Padlet by Thursday at 11 a.m. So you'll need to post your assignment before the class time on Thursday. Then during class time, you'll respond to other people's posts and have a synchronous discussion on Padlet, not on Zoom. Next, 15% of your grade will be reaction papers. And these are reflections on the readings of a specific empirical research paper. So you'll need to do 3 of these over the course of the semester. An additional 35% of your grade will be on tests. So you'll have 7 tests, roughly 1 every other week, which assess content knowledge from the book, as well as videos and other resources posted on Moodle. The tests are multiple choice, and they'll all be due on Sundays at 11:55 p.m. And then finally, 15% of your grade is your final paper. In your paper, you will scientifically evaluate 1 piece of advice for parents from books, popular media, or the internet. You will need to select 1 source for parenting. You could also do teaching that provides advice. So think advice about things like breastfeeding or sleep or attachment parenting or things like that. And then you'll find relevant psychological literature to guide your critical evaluation of the source. So we'll provide more details throughout the semester on Moodle, and components of your paper will be due as we go. Finally, please be sure to familiarize yourself with the student expectations and the course policies. And in particular, I want to note that I realize that we're living in unprecedented times. If you are sick or caring for someone who's sick or affected by the pandemic in some other way, please talk to me early so that we can figure out something that will work for everyone. Okay, finally, I've got the course schedule here. I've broken it down by week, and this parallels what's on Moodle with the approximate timing of that you should be doing each activity. So this tells you what to do every week, and I'd really encourage you to print this off and check things off when you finish them. So you can see for this week, for the first week, we will have Zoom sessions on both Tuesday and Thursday, rather than the assignment on Thursday. So you'll need to make sure that you complete the syllabus quiz by the end of the week, as that is your assignment for the week. Next week, though, you see you will attend and participate class on Thursday, or on Tuesday. You will have an assignment that's due on Thursday at 11, and then our discussion of the assignment will happen during class time on Padlet, not on Zoom. And then you'll have your tests due on Sunday. So that's the basic structure of how the class works. And let me just show you that we also have it. This is roughly the similar thing to the schedule on Moodle. So this is the basic structure of how the class will work. If you have any questions, please contact me via email, and I look forward to hearing from you. Otherwise, I look forward to meeting you on Zoom and working with you throughout the course. This is one of my favorite topics to teach, so I always enjoy this class.